Okay, how we doing up there? First things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. We've been doing some demonstrations on fake black projector screen paints. This is why I tell you that the only way to you buy screen paints, you buy from us, because all our stuff is tested. We can back it up time and time again. Keep in mind that Mr. Bird is going to be taking a lot of people to court, and people are being sued on this topic because they did demonstrations falsifying products to make them believe that they were our products. Also, too, some of them even went as far as using our company's name, even labels, to try to make claim that our products were not coming up the way they were. So, it's funny. It looks just like a courtroom. Pretty much just arbitrating rooms look like, kind of look like at the end of the day. But anyway, we do these demonstrations. We had the largest black versus black demonstrations. I forgot I got to post those links on there on the different pages we had them for. And we're over here, we're with the Christie LW400 projector. In that screen, we have black paint that was made using what they usually make their paints out of. It's basically a silver mica. And then they use white paint also too, with a silver paint also too, with black paint, in order to try to think that they can make a black product, but that's not going to work. First things first, let's go over to white screensaver. Now, the screen we have here is an Apex. This is an Apex Gamer. This is the portable version we take with us. We take it to different places where we like to show it off. We go to different sites and stuff. We can paint it down to a surface. And Apex generates an extremely high white level. So that's the same surface we had upstairs laying against the Imperial Black see-through screens. This is the same reaction we'll get. So if someone were to go out and just make some, I don't know, Black Dynasty, and you would have put some of this silver mica, thinking at the end of the day that this is going to pick up those white levels, and I don't know, silver or whatever stuff you put into it, it's not going to work. See, this is where people are going to get sued. Next week, we begin filing because they made false accusations that our products were coming up this way, or our products were easy to be made. Anyone can make them at the end of the day. And this is where challenges are going to be popping up in court when we start filing next week and putting in all that information to get ready for lawsuits. But I like to do these demonstrations because I got to do this in court anyway. I'm doing one of the demonstrations I'm going to be doing in the courtroom. All right, let's go over and let's get 4K Snow Screensaver Cottage. There you go. I test all my stuff. Everything I have is tested. So a little message to you naysayers out there, we're going to be going to court all this summer. All my stuff is tested. Everything. I can test it anywhere I want. I made sure that when I designed this stuff, it picked up extremely high white level. What you show in your demonstrations, we can tell is a paint that's mixed with that stuff. I can literally tell it's in your product. And I can clearly tell your white levels are extremely, extremely low. Now, when you did those demonstrations, you made statements. I got you in YouTube videos. I got your stuff pre-recorded, all ready to go for court. You made statements, and some of you even used my company's name. You used my name. You put down scammer, rip-off artist. Again, I hope you're ready for this. I watched some YouTube tutorial videos, some also too showing people who got issued bench warrants, the whole process of how they go to the house, they arrest them, stuff like that. And I watch all that stuff. So I find it interesting because it's going to be happening to you pretty soon. This is going to be pretty bad for you. Let's go with, let's see if we've got some more in here. I'm going to go with this one too on top of that. See, doesn't match your stuff. Yeah, you messed up pretty bad. Pretty bad. I think the ones that are pretty much going to take the most pain out of this are the ones that actually really believed that this is how our products were reacting. You're the ones going to be hit the hardest because you're the ones who actually stepped over the boundaries. You went in and took my company's name and tried to make it look like it was me. I'm going to get you for identity theft in court. And I have your YouTube channel. So you know how it works with IP addresses. So I'm pretty sure you went and educated yourself on that. YouTube has plenty of tutorials and show you how that all works at the end of the day. So you do know, well, we can trace it back to you. But this is what's going to happen to you in the courtroom. Now, this is what they look like. Usually when you go to arbitration, arbitration is going to look like this. If you mess up in there, That means that you're going to owe us a lot of money. So I hope you're ready. Next week, we're filing 16 of these lawsuits. You don't watch any of my test demonstrations. I'm oblivious to why you don't educate yourself at the end of the day on my test demonstrations. How would I fake a live demonstration? How do we do that? Oh, please don't do that in court. Don't do that. It's called hearsay, but don't do that. We can get you on this. Because we'll say that's another rumor they started, and then we'll have another open lawsuit on you. Now, we're at this distance. We have the projector. That's the apex over there. For Mr. Fernando, we're following with you next week too also. And yours is a little different because I talked to a court clerk over there. And yeah, if you don't make it there for the lawsuit, mind you, lawsuits are very important. Lawsuits are very important. You have to show up for these things. So if you don't show up for any of these, this is going to wreak havoc on your finances. Big time. But if he doesn't show up for this, he's going to be in trouble. Most importantly, when we file the criminal charges with the courts, if you don't show up, mind you, bench warrant. You don't want to, I watched the process of a bench warrant. It's not pretty. Now, as for the lawsuit, when the document gets there, you have 30 days to comply, which means you have to get an attorney. You have to comply. Not just comply a call. I got them to say you have to comply against the order, which means you have to get an attorney to do so. This is going to be extra money out of your pocket. And this is not going to be cheap. Attorneys charge a lot of money for this. There's just no point because you're not going to win it. But as you can see, the apex does exactly what it's designed to do. I can go anywhere with this. Anywhere. In that courtroom, I can go anywhere with this. Out here, I can go anywhere with it. When I made the statement on camera, you're going to pay for my stuff. You're going to pay for my stuff. And I got a lot of videos I got off of YouTube showing people doing demonstrations, claiming our products came up too dark, unwatchable. Some on camera were saying that, oh, it's a scam, don't buy it, don't go near it. It's a complete rip-off. Now, for those who don't know, we get individuals that come into the room. These are individuals that are always curious to know what we're doing. These are also the same individuals that are being sued by my company. And these individuals, once they come in, they realize they're still processing it. But once they realize how bad this is going to get, they run out as fast as they can. I don't even know why you pop in. As I said before, we can back the product up anywhere. TCL 4K demonstrations. Let's go. The nice brightness on it. I'm excited about this whole thing. I can't wait. I cannot wait. We found 3 of them today. 3 more today. That adds to the list of 103 people being sued. So my people are good. They're tracking them down. So pretty much when they find these individuals, they record their videos. They don't know they're even there, but they're recording your video. Once they record your video and we got a copy of it, that means you can't delete the video because we already have a copy of it. Man, you guys are going to pay us so much money. We got some of you in front of the camera. We got some of you talking about this and talking about that. Oh, we got so much stuff. I'm adding up on how much money I'm going to make off y'all. Every time they come back and say, hey, we got 10 more, we got 16 more, we got 20 more, that's $12,000 to $150,000 per each individual on how we sue you. Post my picture without my permission, that's going to cost you millions of dollars. I'm going to sue you for $1 million for posting my picture. Touch my copyrights, going to jail and you're getting sued. Dox an address, you're going to jail. Now look at that. No way that mica paint, whatever that stuff matches my product. You had it on a standalone, claiming that you could make my product. Now, you're going to have to hire a criminal defense attorney for these lawsuits on criminal charge. Like I said, once that document gets to your address, we're going to pay the processor. I don't care what state you're in. We're going to pay that processor to come to your front door. You're going to have to 30 days to reply back to the courts, which means you're going to have to get a defense attorney to go through those documents to file these documents you're going to have to bring back. There's 3 different documents you're going to have to file. Oh, this gets pretty bad, trust me. You don't fill these things out correctly, you get default of judgment, which means we automatically take from you without even going to court. And you will pay for my court fees too. The processing fees I have to pay for. You pay for that too. Skyworth food demonstration. Boy, 2026 is going to be a profitable month. I was talking to my friend advisor, so we're going to buy with it. I said, dude, I'm getting a luxury RV. I was telling one of the clerks, when I sue this building, I'm going to be picking myself up that Audi Q7. And then Mr. Williams, we have over 60 videos of actually you inside of that apartment making claims that we're scammers and rip-off artists to add to the building at the end of the day, including with all the mail and the messages. If you claim to be a minister, identity theft, or basically posing to be a minister when you're not. And then on top of that, the perverted and sexual content you were sending out to children, because again, you were sending that to an address that had kids there, and then you sent another one out there knowing there were kids there. How do you think that building is going to perceive the fact that they find out that you were sending half-naked pictures to a building that had kids in it? This is not going to look good for that building at all, period. What person would want to apply to a building where you have a pedophile in there? That's what you are. Anytime you send naked and half-naked pictures to a building and we say there's kids there, and he sent them out there anyway. And then you pose that you're a minister of the church, which you are not a minister of the church in any way whatsoever. You contacted us multiple times claiming you was a minister. We got dozens of emails pinged right back to your internet provider saying that you were a minister of the church. And then we find out through Cash App and PayPal, you were taking donations without a church. Now that's going to look pretty bad for that building at the end of the day. Got a fake minister, a guy sending half-naked pictures of himself over here at the office, over here at a woman's house who has kids over there. Unbelievable. And then turn around, you're running scams where you're ripping off people. Most people fall into the scams or the elderly that run into those scams where he acts like a minister, you're taking monthly donations from people. Then we got post office mail fraud. We got criminal post office frauds where we have serious investigators involved. This isn't downtown police. This is post office inspection service. They're up there, they're feds. And they're involved. There's an open case on it. That's what they contacted us. That's on the email. It was an open case. On the case is being looked at by another person. They're actually opening a case with them, and they're going to be working on the case. Then we got another form of identity theft. You stole about 16 addresses. 16 addresses and used them to send naked pictures of your body on it. Harassment, terroristic threats. Now, imagine we go to court, we take that building to court. They don't want that to get out in the public. They get out in the public, they'll lose their funding. So that means they're going to settle out of court for what we want, which is $10 million. Isn't that interesting? See how everything plays out perfectly? Now, keep in mind for you guys in between that mess, we have set up rooms where you had to have it. The last channel, I sent up 2 rooms. And in those rooms, we let the chat open. And you went in and ranted like crazy. Camera was recording you the entire time. So we got your YouTube channels, which are linked to your IP address, which is linked to the Google account, which is linked to your internet provider, which is linked to all your personal information. And this is where a cyber private investigator comes in, because his job is, and he goes by the courts, he has authorization to get a subpoena to get through anything he needs to get through to get access to what we need. See? So we're going to make a lot of money off you guys. Till then, I'm going to be doing these demonstrations right here. Biggest mistake you made. Now, Fernando is the first person that's getting sued for touching an apex. But Fernando's problems are much worse than that. Because once Fernando gets sued for the $12,000, we file with the courts for criminal, which we know that if he denies these and he doesn't show up, we know he's going to get a bench warrant, which means we know he'll be arrested, which means he'll be transported here to Pennsylvania, which he'll be sitting in that prison right over there. And why is Fernando sitting in that prison? I'm going to file 3 lawsuits against you while you're sitting in there. Because you're right there. Why not? And I'm going to get you again and again. And I'm going to sell both of your judgments, and I'm going to have those people come take the rest of your stuff. And now, while you sit over there penniless with nothing to your name, then I'm going to come after your landlord. I'm going to strike him. Now, we're going to be light with him again at the end of the day. We don't want to go touch the building, you know what I mean? You probably know there's other people there at the end of the day. I don't want to mess around with that. But we'll have to go with the arbitration to work this out. So we'll take roughly $20,000 to $50,000 from him. You guys, we're going to make a lot of money off you guys. Another thing after that, I'll start hiring some people to track down the rest of you. I'm going to make a living off you guys. Pay by draw. Yeah, I made a big mistake. Now, I know you're on your channels right now ranting. Be careful. You never know who's watching or recording your stuff. Last thing you want to do is, you have court dates that could be popping up. You got charges to be filing, and those videos are time-stamped, they're dated. So I can show the judge that after I put out these warnings that these people can do, they will continue with their activity. We'll use it against you. Now, big question, did you have my product? No. When you did the side-by-side comparison, was my product anywhere in that demonstration for the side-by-side comparison before you said it was my product? No. Then you're getting sued then. You know, I'm thinking about skipping small claims court and take you all to civil and just get you for $150,000 each. That's what I'm thinking about doing next. I think the first 2, I am going to hit you with the 12, but I think after that, the first 2, I'm taking every single person, because I found out what I had to do in civil, and civil isn't really that much from small claims, to tell you the truth, when it comes to paperwork and documents. So I think what I'm going to do is, instead of doing the $12,000, we'll do 2 for $12,000, and the rest of you would do it $150,000 and up. So let's see if you can pay it. Mind you, I won't be dealing with you, so you know that. I want you to know that 100%. I will not be dealing with you. We're selling your judgment to somebody else. They're going to take care of you. We're going to deal with them. And yes, these people are lawyers. They're definitely going to deal with you. So they know how to go in and basically levy your banking accounts and destroy your credit score and all that stuff like that. Now you got options. You can file for Chapter 11. You can do that. Still got to pay the money, but you're going to do Chapter 11. We're going to put you on some kind of payment program, and that'll keep you from the credit industry or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. You have to rebuild that all over again. But I want you to do research so you know exactly what's about to happen to me at the courtroom. Now let me see. Let's go over with, I want to go back to white screen. White screen. It's going to hurt. It is. It's going to hurt financially. It's going to hurt. Now, if you keep saying, well, Bird, why you keep coming? Because I'm enjoying this. I am. That's why I keep talking about it. I'm really enjoying this. I know what's about to happen to you soon. I'm going to enjoy this. Don't get attached to your stuff. Remind you, it's my stuff. You're going to have to pay me. So don't get attached to it. But anyway, I'm enjoying this. I am. I really am. You guys attacked my company for a very long time, right? So now it's my turn. It's my turn to give it back to you, right? And look at it. I got black is next to my technology. Ugh. Man. Let's check something on my screen. Let's surface off. 4K demonstrations. You're that jealous of an Apex? Really? Well, I hope it was worth it. When I see you in court, I'm going to have a nice little conversation with you. I'm going to say to you, I hope it was worth it before we take everything from you. Now, if you want to say that I'm angry, nah, if I was angry at the end of the day, we would really mess you up in court. I mean, really, we're being nice to you when I'm suing you for 150,000. I get so much more out of you. You have no idea how badly I can wreck you in court. I can sue you for whatever I want. I can make it federal. If I make it federal, that means at the end of the day, you're going to owe me $1,000,000. I can hit you for somewhere between 800, 700,000, $1,000,000. I can get you for whatever the freak I want, as long as I can back it up that you did it. And I can. We take it to federal, I can get you for fraud charges, for basically hitting my company. I can get you an automatic 20 to 30 years in the prison system per account. But it's not about that. It's about justice at the end of the day. You attacked my company. I work very hard to make my products every single day. I work very hard without crease. I work hard every day to make the best I can. And you guys came along and you ganged up on me, one person, and you made all these videos all over YouTube claiming that my product was fake and phony to try to destroy my business. Now it's my turn. But instead of videos, I'm coming after your personal business in a day. I'm taking everything from you and I'm going to throw you in jail. And you'll come here to Pennsylvania. You will pay for airline tickets to fly down here to get crushed. Look at that white levels on that technology. I'm going to get rich off my technology. I'm going to get rich off my new technology and future technology. And you're going to be sitting in a prison cell watching my commercials on TV. How ironic is that? And if you think at the end of the day that I'm bluffing, well, wait till next week. Wait till the documents I pull up on you. No, you could have did the sensible thing. Let's make a product to compete with them. See, that would have been nice. Also would have been fun in the same process too. That would have been interesting. See what you guys have at the end of the day. But you mean to tell me that when you do stuff like that, like break the law, that tells me at the end of the day, you're not even smart enough to make a screen paint to come against me. That you have to resort to criminal activity in order to try to take my technology down. Boy, wait till they see this in court. Do you know how much orders I'm going to get for this thing? Boy, I'm telling you. I'm thinking, I can, man, that we can come in there. We're going to have paperwork showing at the end of the day that we beat the crap out of these trolls and that our screen came out victorious. I'm posting them everywhere. How much money we taken out of your accounts? How much money you had to pay us? Oh, by the way, I'm getting you banned from online, by the way. It's an internet crime. So basically, once you commit a cybercrime, you have no rights to be online ever again. They take you offline permanently. So, goodbye. That's one of the punishments of basically committing a cybercrime. And then I'll pay someone to come in and remove your stuff. What do they call it? Salting the earth? Yeah, removing your existence. Oh, look at the shine on that armor. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. So, for all the other YouTubers, you can see why they were so threatened by me. So, if my stuff really is that way, now you have the opportunity to back yourself in a court of law. Instead of being on YouTube and making countless fake demonstrations, you have the opportunity to back yourself. I'm going to crush you in that courtroom. You know, right? You know what's going to happen. I bet you most of you in that 2026, when that ball dropped, you thought at the end of the day that you had a future. You don't have one. You got to get through this one first. Unfortunately, when you go through that courtroom, it's going to cost you. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Boy, I'm going to file a deal like that. Everybody. I can't wait, man. This is going to be conquer beyond belief. Now, the Apex is going to go on to make a lot of money. I got so many companies interested in tech. As a matter of fact, the reason why we're setting this up because I got people coming in next Monday to have a look to have the screen painted on a much larger scale. Hope you get a lawyer. Please do. I want to have him come down and check this out. He'll love this at the end of the day. If your lawyer drops your case, I will hire him to sue you. I think that'd be funny. Now, I got to get some promo demonstrations done because I have some stuff I have to show off to a company. And I just want to show you that demonstration next to the black paint. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to you in a courtroom. First two we hit with 12,000, and all the rest $150,000 and up. And if the judge asks us, if they ask to approach your bench, if we're going to file criminal charges, it may be yes, it may be no. Who knows? Enjoy. I had to get a charger for my phone. I have work to do. Neighbor next door. I can't wait to meet you. It is going to be a brutal year for you. 2030. 30 years. Lock that sucker up. Right there. Pretty long time. You know, it's interesting. I'll tell you what's really interesting. What's interesting is that I couldn't find you guys at first. I didn't even know how to go the proper way about tracking an IP address. I didn't know about this. Everything happens for a reason. So all that time that went by, you guys did so much dumb stuff, you kept refreshing the statute of limitations. So you made it possible to get you because you just kept doing dumb stuff. So with that being said, it took some time for me to figure out where it was coming from, who was doing what. But everything happens for a reason. The reason why it took so much time, because the Lord was setting everything up, getting everything ready, so we have enough evidence to take you to court to prosecute you on every level we could possibly think of. You committed all those crimes down through time. Some of you stayed back 2 years until today. So we can show the judge a lengthy, long track record of you committing these crimes against my company. These lawsuits are going to be super expensive for you. Now, for those of you who your wives don't know about this, you may want to sit down and give them a talk. You might want to tell them at the end of the day that there is a 100% chance I have a lawsuit coming my way. And there's a good chance that we could lose our house, we can lose our car, we can lose everything. My paycheck may get garnished. You know, there's a lot of things that go wrong in these things. There's a lot of things. Oh my goodness. We could lose our furniture, we can lose everything. And the first thing she's going to ask you is, what the freak did you do? You're going to have to explain to her that a grown freaking man, a father probably, went on YouTube and entertained some dumb nonsense. And there's a good chance your IP address will be traced right back to your house. And she'll probably say, well, why don't you just erase it? You can't. It's on a server, that's why. You only can erase what's on your side. Not on both sides, it don't work that way. You know, those documents can sit in your account for years. Sometimes they can sit into an account like 5-6 years before they go into collections. And even in collections, they're still on the account. Once you clear with collections, you can go back, you know how it works, you can go back to your provider and say, here, look, I paid the bill with collections, they're transferred over to them, and they'll clear it off. That delinquent bill, which clears your account and allows you to go back in and set another account up if you wish to. Your information is already there. You know how that works, right? See, I had a bill with Verizon. I had some equipment I forgot to turn in. I had a $1,500 bill they had against me. And I'm thinking, crap, I got to get this thing off my freaking credit report. So I tracked down and found all the equipment. Now this bill had been around roughly, I would say probably 5 years. But all my information was still on the account with Verizon. I can literally go in and figure exactly who went the credit, creditor got a hold of it. I can go in and track down all the information, last paid bill, all that. It was on the server, just like your stuff is right now. And I was able to go in and go there. I had to go all the way to Philadelphia because we don't have one up here. And I had to go over to a store to return the equipment to get the credit. And that's what cleared it on my account, on their server. So your information is still there. It'll be there for quite a long time. Now, say you go in, you want to set up another account. You can't set up another account because it shows on that account you have a delinquent bill. You got to pay that bill first before you can set another account up, because it'll always be there. Now, they usually wash up maybe in 20, 30 years or something like that. They kind of fade out, but it's going to be there for a while. And that's long enough for it to be there for us to track it. Ooh, did you just see those levels on that skin tone right there? That is freaking amazing. $50 720p projector we're using right now. You know how quiet my projector is? It's in eco mode, that's why. They're quiet when you're eco mode. 2500 lumens, that's all we need. Now, Beth, I'm going to embarrass you if you get yourself an attorney. I'm going to have your attorney come here, see the screen, drop your lawsuit, hire him, sue you, and then I'm going to hook him up with the screen. And he can take one, he won't be my client anymore. I think I'm going to use this one for the video. I like the white levels in there. I really do. White levels are absolutely gorgeous on this technology. Look at that. All right. I'm past my time here. Well, I'm done. I'll see you in court. All this summer, we'll be going to that courtrooms. I'm not too far from the building, so I'll meet you there. And we'll get all this taken care of. And now you can take all your opinions that you had on YouTube about my problem and you can share that with the judge. Boy, the outbursts we're going to hear in court, don't do that. Don't have an outburst in court. You'll get in trouble. Don't rant, don't cry, don't do anything like that. Don't do anything out here. Just don't do that. There's way too much police up here. You'll never get away with it. So I would advise you take it like a man. All right, so I got a promo to do real quick. As I said before, I got demonstrations to do. You owe me money. You understand me when I say I'm going to get my money? So again, the people, once this all ties up and the more money they dump into my banking accounts, I'm going to hire some very special people. And I'm going to build a whole entire team of people just designed to track trolls, to find you. Take it to court, sue you for everything you have. All these will be civil court. These lawsuits will start at $150,000 and up. And they will parade you on a website, which you can't do anything about. Your mug shots, all that will be up there. Can't do anything about that. Actually, I can do that. I can obtain your, anyone can obtain your mug shots. It's public records. Did you know that? Yeah, it's public records. How do you think when people get arrested like stars and stuff and they got their freaking their mug shots? They try to get the mug shots for anybody else gets them, but that's how they get them. I can get yours. I'm putting them right up there, showing you get arrested and all that other stuff. Public embarrassment. That's kind of they did with the stockade back in the day. They stick you in there. There's a form of shame and an embarrassment. You're in there, people throw food at you and all kinds of stuff, and yeah, all kinds of jacked stuff went on in the stockades. Nothing you could do about it. You were there for shame and punishment, humiliation. Now, as I said before, I want you to take this as a joke. I want you to take this as if nothing's going to happen. This is what's going to make it much more interesting. That shock and awe on your face when you see those documents come to your front door. And remembering what I said in previous videos about what will happen to you. So when you see me in the courtroom, and I give you a little smirk, a little smile, you're screwed. Yep, well, that's basically about it. I'm going to enjoy this whole process. And I'm going to take your money, and I'm going to buy the things that I want. I'm not buying myself with this stuff. Oh, no. Why would I do that? I'm going to buy it off you. You're going to pay for all my stuff. man, this feels great. Anyway, I got this video to do. Now you can get mad all you want, you haters and naysayers. You don't buy my stuff anyway at the end of the day. I don't care, but I do care about one thing. You're gonna pay for everything that I want. Paid by trolls. I know you're gonna have it on everything. Paid by trolls. Paid by trolls. Paid by trolls. Wait to see the truck I'm getting. Oh my goodness, man! I cannot wait to get this vehicle. Man. I might get some extra stuff for it too on top of that. That'd be kind of nice too, though. Yeah, I can't wait. Paid by trolls. How much you guys worth at the end of the day? Oh, we'll figure it out when we get you guys suited and ready to go. We'll have somebody go through your property and see what it's worth, what your houses are worth, cars are worth, stuff like that. Wait. Do I care about? Would that be my problem? No, that's not my problem. We sell the judgment. We have nothing to do with that. I forgot about that because we sell the judgment. That's their tally up. They do that stuff. We just sell the judgment, get paid, and move on. Huh. Interesting. All right, let me get me a video I'm going to do from here. You okay to do any more videos so I get more money out of you? Come on, do some more. Come on. Come on. Don't be chicken. You're bold enough to do those videos and carry on and act up. Do some more stuff. You know it's going to put a smile on my face? When I come back with the judgment for Jamie. When I come back with a document saying that a lawsuit has been filed against them. That's when I'm really going to, it's going to really sink in at the end of the day that he means business. Fernando should know this already. I had a process server already come to the door the first time. We've done this already before, have we not, Fernando? Did I not have a process server come to your door? And did I not give you opportunity to get out of this situation? I did, didn't I? I could have opened the case up very easily and came at you again. I let it go. I gave you opportunity. This time, no opportunity. And you met the fellow already. You know he is, right? So good. You'll get a chance to meet him again. Now, I said when the document gets there, you're going to have to get a criminal defense attorney. I don't know how it's going to work. A real one, not the ones you make up. And you're going to have to file these forms. You still got to go to court. You still got to come here. But you're going to have to file these forms. You ignore this, and we're going to hit you with judgment. So, make sure you show up. You don't want it on court records when we go see the second judge for the criminal charges that you were a no-show. He's not a no-show. He didn't show up at all, period. We came in and we sued him. He just didn't care. He didn't care to show up for the lawsuit. They're going to say, we better show up for this. So, make sure when the second one comes through, and they post it to the door, make sure you show up. This is criminal. Show up. Okay, glad we had this nice little talk. Now, I'm going to enjoy myself. What's the next screen I'm going to do on the black paint at the end of the day? Apex, we got to do, but the whatchamacallit's not out, but I'm still doing it on that one for fun. We got to do the black versus black demonstrations on that one too. So I'm definitely going to play around with that too at the end of the day too. That'll be pretty fun. All right, cool. I got to, oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to wipe the floor with you in court. Oh, man, this is going to be, I'm going to enjoy this so much. I think when I get done out of that courtroom, each one, I'm going to go across the street and I'm going to sit in the park. I'm going to think about how to spend your money. That's what I'm going to do. You're going to leave. You're going to go home. And then the next time we meet up again, and we will meet again, these are for the criminal charges I'm going to file against you next in court. And you will show up for these. And when we go to court, I'll be leaving out the building, and I'm going to go across the street and enjoy the park. You won't be going. You won't be leaving. You'll be going in handcuffs. Because if you're found guilty in there, you're going to jail. Interesting. You probably figure out, why does he keep repeating this over and over again? I want this to be programmed in your head. This is what you're going to think about when you're in lockup. It's going to play in your head over and over again. What I just said over and over and over and over again. It's going to play in your head. You'll have plenty to think about, plenty to do. You got no place to go. Every time the ball drops, it's just going to be another year reminded that you don't have a future anymore. You're going to be behind bars. Then I got some people to go visit. I don't know how to do this. I'm going to take the limo or basically take that bus. Because I have some people I want to go check out. The bus will be impressive, but the limo will be fun. All right. Let me make some videos, put it on YouTube, crush you guys real quick, have a little fun. And then, yeah. Can't wait to see you in court. All right? Don't worry about it. It's going to be over real quick, real fast. You know what I mean? I would advise you to come into court. Don't even bring an attorney. There's no point. You don't waste your money. You're not going to win the case. But if you feel you got a chance, come on, bring it. I don't care. All right. Got to go.